Hello and welcome to the day one review of Border Gavaskar Trophy's first day. It's going to be a power-packed series, and joining me today is Santadeep Day. Santa, first test match that you are covering from the ground. Tell us about your experience of the first day, and more importantly, howsoever Ravindra Jadeja may have played it down, uh, your assessment of the pitch.
Yeah, so Amol, hi, first of all, very exciting day of Test cricket. My first Test match from the press box, and it's very different. You can listen to the crowd. That is the most exciting feeling when you're at the stadium. And on television, on your television sets, it's very different. So, and also while you're watching the match, you can watch a lot of things which doesn't happen on the camera. Like the camera is not focusing on certain things. So yeah, obviously that has been great. And talking about the pitch, in the lead up to the series, there were a lot of talks about the pitch, including former Australian players and the media. How India might have doctored the pitch. That's what they alleged. But you know, if you ask me in the first session, I don't know if you would agree with me, but it was kind of there was something in it for everybody. I would say because initially you saw in the first session the Pacers got the wickets, and yeah, that doesn't always depend on the pitch. It can depend on the talent of the bowlers as well. But yeah, you could see on the very first, like in the very first delivery, there was a bit of a swing, and Shami obviously and Siraj, they got excellent wickets. But later we could see the spinners also coming into action, coming into play, and how well they have done. Talking about the surface, there are a bit of patches, and as Steve Smith and Cricket Australia found out before the start of the match, that it was actually very dry, and there were cracks on the first day. And obviously, as it happens in test matches, it's expected to later deteriorate, and the conditions will favor more spin as we move on. So, Amol, what do you think about the team combination? The whether like Australia has got it right, if India has done anything wrong, or whether they have checked all the boxes. What do you think?
Okay, with regard to Australia, the punt that they've taken about leaving Travis Head out and getting Peter Handscomb in, that has a lot to do with the pitch because there are just way too many left-handers in their batting lineup. Peter Handscomb is a better player of spin. He has the experience of having played in India in 2017. So, and coupled with that, Travis Head's mediocre record in Asia. How so? As it's debatable. It's quite similar. Travis Head has been in phenomenal form over the last few months. Ditto with Shubman Gill, but India left out Shubman Gill and instead preferred KL Rahul as the opener and Surya Kumar Yadav in the middle order. Now, had as India effectively have two debutants in this test match, Surya Kumar Yadav and KS Bharat. Had it not been for Rishabh Pant's accident, neither would have made a debut today. It's as simple as that. Because Surya Kumar Yadav's inclusion has a lot to do with having that cameo, the sort of an innings that Alex Carey played today, that could actually uh, tilt the balance of the game in India's favor if required, because the match is still not close. It's still an open game, and KS Bharat being the primary wicketkeeper in Rishabh Pant's absence, it was a given that he will make his debut. One has to feel for Shubman Gill, but like what Rohit Sharma said ahead of the series, they are going to adopt horses for courses approach. So, with the first two matches expected to be turning tracks, and once that Border Gavaskar Trophy is sealed and World Test Championship final inclusion almost sealed, then we may see a flat track, and then Surya Kumar Yadav may not get a look in, and Shubman Gill will hopefully find a place. If not at KL Rahul's cost, then at least lower down the order.
Also, Shreyas Iyer is missing because of an injury, so you have quite a few people down there. Now,
Yes,
yeah,
Shreyas Iyer, we just have to wait for a couple of days more until we have an update about his
yeah,
fitness status.
yeah. So, yeah, moving on. We cannot end this session without talking about Ravindra Jadeja's performance, the way he has come back from his injury, from his surgery rather, the ligament surgery that he had undergone. 5 months out of action, coming into the Ranji Trophy against Tamil Nadu, he takes 7 wickets, and now today he takes 5 wickets against Australia. So Amol, he came for the press conference as well. So what do you think? Like, how has he recovered, and this quick recovery and getting into form like this in a snap? How has all of it happened?
See, I guess like he underlined during his interaction that Ranji Trophy game was the key, because ultimately whenever a player is coming back after a long injury break, the rhythm, the confidence, the body has sort of changed. So
Yes.
for everything to actually fall back in place, and that's where I guess the rule that was in place 5 years ago, that every player will be made to go through at least one domestic game before being recalled into the international cricket, has to be reinstated. Point
Mhm.
blank. Simple as that. Talking about Jadeja, a lot was being said about him, whether he is interested, whether his rehab has been delayed because of him campaigning for his wife in the Gujarat Assembly elections, because he could not get fit in time for that limited over series that he was called up for, subject to fitness, obviously. But as we have seen that he has given himself time, and he is back into international fold at peak fitness, at peak performance, and that's where Ravindra Jadeja is lethal, and Ravindra Jadeja could be even more lethal with the bat uh, for the remaining game also.
Yes.
How did you see Ravindra Jadeja's? How would you assess it?
Yeah, obviously, whatever you said, I agree with all of it. And also, it's very, crafty of him how he's using this wicket, as you said, he's using the crease to, to angle into the batsman. And also how he's using the pitch, because it is keeping low, most of it. It has variable bounce. Mostly it's keeping low. So he's using it to, bowl stump to stump, and he's using the arm line. And this is where, when, the one-off ball turns, this is where Ravindra Jadeja's straighter delivery, is more lethal. Where you are playing for the turn, but you don't know that it's like going through your gates, as happened to Steve Smith. So yeah, I expect more wonders from him in the second innings. But yeah, let's see. Only time will tell.
Yes, and you can expect much more from Sportstar across all our platforms.
Yes.
Our web on our website. Besides reading our match analysis, you can also read special stories, including MSK Prasad, the first Andhra player, talking about the latest entrant from the Andhra club of wicket keepers into international cricket. Also, stories from the reactions of KS Bharat and Surya Kumar Yadav's families, who were as in who actually were on the ground when the duo was presented with their India cap. All that and much more on our website, on our digital platforms. Do keep coming back. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.